Hi everybody, welcome back for day 5 of the daily December art challenge. I've got some supplies here that we're going to use, but first let's grab my insert that I'm using for this. Today is day 5 and we are doing tree, and that can be Christmas tree, Hanukkah tree, Kwanzaa tree, just a regular tree, anything you want it to be. And I think for this one, I might do a couple of different types of trees. So I'm gonna grab, do I have one of my clear clips? Yeah. I'm gonna use aqua brushes, Tombows, and probably my Viviva color sheets. I'm thinking that will be, and of course a pencil and an eraser. So we're gonna get out of here. Ooh, let's use this pencil. I haven't used that one in a long time. Let's grab an eraser. I'll grab this one just in case. This one's getting close to the end and it's not as structurally strong as it used to be. So we need the stamp, and I'm gonna check it on this napkin to see if it works first. There we are, December 5th. I learned my lesson again. It seems I'm always learning my lesson to double check to make sure that it is. There we go, December 5th. And the pencil I have out today is a Palomino Blackwing, and it is they call it a Palomino Blackwing Pearl. I think it's a normal, like, #2 pencil, I think. I don't know. And this is a Blackwing pencil guard. So we're just gonna continue with the fun font. That we've been using. Tree. This is a little bit thicker than I'm used to. I think I'm gonna go back to my mechanical pencil. I think I like that 05 better. That way it leaves less of a mark, but I like it for the wording of tree. There we go. So there's a couple of different types of trees that we can draw. If you're like new to drawing and arting, you can think of, those typical, like what you think of when you think of a Christmas tree. It's like kind of like a triangle on top of a triangle on top of a triangle. Like your basic tree. Triangle, triangle. They can have as many little triangles as you want. So that's kind of like, your typical tree. If you want to, you could do something a little bit more stylized, like doing a big triangle. And then if you wanted to, you could put like these kind of modern looking curves in. And then something in that same vein is you could kind of stylize it a little bit more. Make it kind of curvy. So a couple of different types of trees. Another one that you could do would be like a minimal tree, like a line, and then just you know, the shape of a tree. Or if you wanted to, you could try to do something a little bit more in the vein of this, where you have a little bit more kind of like it's a tree from Whoville. And then if you wanted to, you could even have like garland or little bubbles, maybe a star on top. Or if you wanted to do something fun, this, it's like if you were trying to draw like a pine needle. Let me get some colors out so that way, just keep knocking that over. So I'm gonna grab my greens that I have in here. Yeah, I know I have more than that. There, I think that'll do. I also have a little card here. This is one of those like printable ID cards that I sometimes use with Tombows. Let me find my fine aqua brush. Okay, so I have my Viviva color sheets here, and if you wanted to, you could just, you know, I've got some paper towels over here. The color I'm going to choose is the sap green, and I'm going to color a couple of these in with this sap green. And there's no right, there's no wrong, just, you know, color in your tree. Make sure I'm in the center. And this sap green is a really pretty color. Sorry, I live downtown, and you might be able to hear a train go by. And see, that looks like a pretty Christmas tree color. And I'll darken it up a little bit. This is just the first layer. There we go. We'll do the same one. And this one, we'll do this, we'll start with this light green so we can see the difference in the shade. Actually, I'm going to do this one in the light green. Kind of like a, oh, what's that color? Chartreuse green? Let's put a little bit more, just to kind of really show that pretty. It's kind of a, it says light green, so it's kind of like a yellow green. Now, something you can do is I love using Tombow markers with an aqua brush. We're going to take this one. It's 228. And I'm just going to kind of try and get some color on here. We'll use that color for the one right here. And we're gonna clean our brush to get the other greens off. But I'm gonna add water to this. See how it kind of looks like a watercolor now? And we're gonna go in on this little tree right here. And this color kind of reminds me of that of a, like a blue spruce. We had a lovely blue spruce in my parents' house in Michigan. It was a beautiful tree. And actually, I'm gonna put it as the first color in here. I've been hearing lots of planes lately too, like propeller planes. I wonder if they've changed the Tulsa airport. Here we go, that's kind of fun. And then you can also, let's try this color. It is 098. It kind of reminds me of like similar to this light green, but a like a martini olive color. Let's add a little bit of water to that. See how it kind of has that martini olive color? Those nice sour, bitey green apple or green olives. And see, you can use these markers as watercolor. And I'm just gonna kind of have fun with those two colors and just kind of go over them a little bit. And see, it's a pretty little tree. A very abstract tree for sure, for that. Let's add a little bit more to this. Now for the little base of the tree, does this have like a brown? Yes, it has a burnt umber. We can color those. A burnt umber. Just to kind of make it look a little more like a wood tree. Just gonna dab that in. And these can be just whatever you want them to look like. I want to add more green to that. Actually, I'm thinking this green. 249. Let me wipe some of that off. So 249. This is kind of like a deep blue green, which I think will be a nice, yeah, that's a pretty color. Let's add a little bit of that. I think I got a little too much water on the brush. So that lighter green kind of acts like a base. And since we didn't do any outlining with pen yet, we can overdraw to make it a little bit bigger if we want. There we go. Let's put a little bit of this darker color. Yeah, that's fun. Let's put a little bit of that in here as well. So we're going to add some ornaments or baubles to it. And then you can even use your markers or pencil crayons. But see how layering those two colors, and these are two different colors, gives you a nice different shade. So what we're going to do now is we're going to focus for right now on this while these dry a little bit. So you see I've got these 4 greens, and I've got a couple of browns. 977 and 879. These are just the ones I have. You don't have to have these. You can use whatever you want. We're gonna go over this with the one lighter brown, and then I'm just gonna slightly go on this one side with the darker brown. And I'm only going to use the small ends. We're not going to use the brush side. And I'm just going to pick one color and start cycling through them. And all we're going to do is make these little marks. So there's marker 1. Marker 2. Marker 3. And so it basically shows that we're drawing a pine branch. And you can do that as well if you don't want to draw a actual tree. So let's do another one over here. Kind of curve it. It gives you a more realistic looking pine branch. Oop, we don't need the brush. We just need the green number 1. Green 2. green 3, green 4. So we've got a couple of fun branches there. Now, we're gonna take, we've got a pretty like buttercream yellow, which we're gonna do for the star. Let's see. Let's take the pointy end of this, and we're gonna outline this tree, and then kind of use it to do that. Now we're going to take this green, 228, and we're going to use it on, it's actually a really good match for this one. I might have used this color on this tree. That looks really nice. Why don't we use it on this one as well? And then we're going to take this deep green, and we're going to go over this one. And you don't need to do this. You can make your tree any way you want. There are lots of fun tutorials out there. Now, we've got some colors here. So I've got like a pretty orange. If you want to put a little orange, a couple of orange bulbs on there. Maybe a blue here and here. We got a dark blue. Ooh, purple. Let's do a purple. A couple of purples. We got like a brick red. We'll do here. And actually, let's do these kind of like their little garlands on the tree. And so let's do one more branch right here. They're very fun and very easy to draw. Green 1, and you can do these in any order. It doesn't have to be a particular order. Green 3. And the last one. Green number 4. So there we are, a quick look at drawing a tree or a Christmas tree. And this was just me using the Viva watercolor sheets and Tombow dual brush markers along with an aqua brush. Very simple, very easy, very fun thing to do. So have fun with this one, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.